Coming to you live from the JRE Tobacco Aladino Mobile Studios, it's the Cigar Pulpit.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another sermon from the Cigar Pulpit. I'm Bird Nick, and with me via Zoom, the man, the
Trey
myth, the
Mac.
legend. It's Trey Mac.
Cheers, fellas.
What you doing, Trey Mac?
I'm trying to rest, trying to recuperate.
Yeah, and then I call you up, and I'm like, hey, I'm either doing a solo show or do you have time to come on? And you're like, I'll do it.
Yeah, that was. I even complained to the office earlier today. I was like, I'm trying to lay low, take a week off. Nope. Everybody hit me up today. Can you do this? Can you do that? And I'm like, oh, yeah. All right.
Well, I appreciate you as always.
I love you. I love the pulpit. I love the parishioners. Let's do this, baby.
There you go. So I'm ready for a cigar. I've had my kid all weekend. I have had nothing, so I am ready for a cigar. I am firing up another Aladino Sumatra. I still have.
I wish I had one.
Yeah.
Well, I have
a
box.
Flying off the shelves, huh?
Yeah, I have a box. It's still sealed, but everywhere else I go, they're gone. What are you?
It's what happens when you sit and sleep on a limited edition, man. Other things, other people come along and buy that stuff.
Well, they'll be back, and that's why I wanted my original box.
Yeah.
So I got that, but I don't want to open that for God knows how long. I'm a hoarder.
Whatever. I get it. I've got some boxes sitting in my humidor that
I've seen your stash.
Yeah, they're just sitting there. So, well, what are you smoking?
I'm gonna get in trouble for this.
Oh God!
I'm gonna get in trouble.
Boy!
Because these aren't out yet. They'll be out in the next few weeks. However, only in select stores. It's a pilot program. We're just testing these out to see. It's a cigar that's coming out next year, but we got fresh packs. We finally got actual.
Ooh, fancy!
I know. We finally stepped up our game there. And in these fresh packs, there's 2 Rancho Lunas.
I see this.
So this fresh pack I'm about to rip open is actually not what we're going to sell. We're going to be doing Rancho Luna fresh packs. So you'll have 2 Connecticut's and 2 Habanos.
Okay.
MSRP $24, baby.
That's not bad. Are we talking Toros?
Toros, yes.
Okay. I didn't know if they were Toros, Gordos, how they were going to go. Because is that a Toro? It looks rather large in your hand.
It is a Toro. My hand is smaller than you would think.
Slightly dainty.
Makes my wiener look pretty big to me.
All right, then. So which one is that? The Habano?
Yeah, I'm going to do a Habano. Really into these. We're planning on bringing these out first quarter next year. I'm not supposed to tell anybody about these, but when in Rome, fuck it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
There we go. Breaking news right here.
How the French say it.
All right. Well, it's time to cut the cigar.
Oh, boy.
And the official cutting is brought to you by our man, Dan the Man Ponder, over there at Riverman Cigar Company. And when Dan the Man Ponder, when he's not hanging out and going to the rodeo, he's selling you fine cigars. And guys, you can go over to Dan the Man Ponder at Riverman Cigar Company in Crestwood, Missouri. And unless he's sold out, which is possible, it is possible. But the last time I was there, he still had some Aladino Sumatras. So if you want to get your hands on one, you need to pick up the phone and you call Miss Cindy or Dan or Little John over there at Riverman Cigar Company. And you ask, do you guys have Aladino Sumatras? And if they do, pounce on it.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're not going to find them. So
pound on it. Dan the Man Pounder, freaking pound on it.
Pounder.
Whatever. I spent too much up north.
I gotcha. We'll get to that. So anyway, guys, he does mail order. If you're not in the St. Louis area, you can't pick it up yourself. You can just go over there, pick it up. But if you're not, he does mail order. Give him a call and get him. Aladino Sumatras, Riverman Cigar Company, Crestwood, Missouri. And with that, it's time we go ahead and cut the cigar. So, you've been spending time in the Great White North.
A little further north than I ever anticipated.
You being a hoser there?
Oh, nice going, Shorzy.
See, I like the yeah, strange brew, hosers. I like those guys.
I do
It's a,
too.
it's a throwback. It's a throwback. You're bringing up the Letterkenny, I'm bringing up the strange brew, but
Good. It's good. I mean, they're both. Well, one led to the next, really. I mean,
ultimately, yeah. I did see that the last season of Letterkenny is hitting. It's either hitting Hulu or about to hit Hulu. I don't know which, but yeah. So kind of sad. Although to be honest, early seasons of Letterkenny are way better than later seasons of Letterkenny.
they're all good.
They are all good, but come on. The classic stuff is from the first like one or two. Then like the later stuff has been kind of like, okay, I mean, it's not been bad.
Well, it's a shtick. There's like 20 people with a shtick.
Exactly. They've kind of kept it going a little longer. Although I will admit, I know Shorzy from that show. I haven't watched Shorzy the show.
I haven't either. But
there's something about the fact that I can see Shorzy that bothers me.
I think it's awesome.
See, I thought it was awesome in Letterkenny when they would like have Shorzy, but he'd always be like in the bathroom stall, or he'd be facing this way, and you never actually saw him, I don't know.
Fuck you, Shorzy.
Took your mom for a great ride the other night.
Oh my God. It really is. If you guys haven't watched any Letterkenny, like, just do it.
It's great. I love it. All right, so cold draw real quick. And I'm getting kind of raisiny notes from the Sumatra. Now, I will admit, I had a snack. Literally one chip blew my palate to hell right before I sat down and recorded with you. I tried a new chip. It's a potato chip. It's like a Ruffle. It's just ridged potato chip. It's stuffing flavored.
That sounds awesome.
It is fucking awesome. It tastes just like stuffing. It's got the same spices and whatnot of like turkey stuffing, like, at Thanksgiving, but in potato chip form. So right now in my mouth, I have this weird thing going on of like a Ruffle that had sex with stuffing.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. But I will admit, it's kind of making the cold draw a little difficult, but the raisiny sweetness comes through.
I do think, well, have a look. Do you have a cookie on the end?
A cookie?
That's what I call it.
Oh, the little swirl?
You got a little swirl? Do you have a swirl?
Oh, it is a swirl, and it's kind of darkened.
I can see it from here. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want that cookie. That cookie's where it's at, baby.
This will be good. Well, I'm firing it up because I'm looking forward to this guy. So anyway, so you've been hanging out in the Great White North. Let's talk about that. Where have you been? Last time we were discussing this before we started recording. It's been about, I don't know, 5 or 6 weeks, I guess, since you were last on. What you been up to?
Haven't been home. Let's see. Since the last time we talked.
You talked about how you were homeless in West Virginia.
Okay, homeless in West Virginia. That was a debacle.
Yes. Great story, but a debacle nonetheless.
Which is funny. Like, people must watch this show all over the world.
Oh God.
I've gone into several places where people are like, tell me about West Virginia. And I'm like, how the fuck do you know? How do you know?
Sound like Mickey Pegg. People will walk up to him and they're like, so you stole a taxi cab. Although now it's worse since he talked about it on The Authority. I mean, he brought that on himself, but yeah.
Well, in fact, I was in Traverse City, Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
That's way up there. I went way further than that, but it's way up there in the Northern Peninsula. And the manager there, like,
holy crap.
That thing's got
Sorry.
some power.
Retro hail right off the foot. Retro hail just slipped my fucking throat. Oh my God. This is my third one of these. And I always am shocked at the amount of strength and power that you guys have gotten in on this cigar. Because I'm used to the Corojo Reserve, but man, this thing is a step up from that.
No, it's a definite step up. And
Yeah.
Get ready because another big step is coming next year.
Ooh, another tease. I like it. Okay. Sorry. You were in Michigan and the owner,
the manager there was manager was like, so how does this compare to West Virginia? And I just kind of looked at him. I'm like, why'd you say that? And he goes, I've just heard you've had interesting times in West Virginia. And I was like, I want to tell that story in one place, man. Like one place. So he must be a listener.
I love it. I love it. I think it's great when the stories can follow the teller. It's just it makes my day. Makes my day.
Follow me throughout my life.
So Traverse City, Michigan. That's what you said?
Yeah, well, it's hard. Like, okay. I have traveled just about every
just Google mapped that.
Yeah.
Just Google mapped that.
Traveled like pretty much everywhere in the United States.
It's due north of Cadillac, Michigan.
Yes, it is. Went through Cadillac.
Shit. That's as the latitude lines go, that's north of Green Bay. It's across Lake Michigan from Green Bay.
And I went like another 2 hours north of there. So
oh my God, dude. Yeah, you're damn close to the US Canadian border there.
No, so the last place I went is actually like right, like when I say it's on the border, it's literally smack dab on the border.
Well, what's the name of that?
Oh, wait. I don't speak Canadian.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they speak a mix of English and French.
It's some bullshit, and I'm sorry to my Canadian listeners, but I don't know how you all. It's the name of the town. It's technically America, but it's like half. It's half Canadian, half American. It's spelled like Sault Ste. Marie, but it ain't pronounced that way. I'll tell you that much.
All one word or
S-A.
Oh, there it is. There it is. SAULT. Dude.
Yeah. Oh, it's
okay. So when you Google map it, it literally gives you two options for that. One in Michigan and one in Ontario. Mm-hmm. And that's because it literally straddles the border. It is half in one country, half in the other.
Yes.
Holy shit, man. Where were you?
No, that's
oh my God, you were north of there.
Oh, no, that's like 100 miles north of where Toronto would be. You're like way the fuck up there.
Yeah, I'm like looking. Oh my God, yeah, you're north of Ottawa as the latitude lines go.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, no, it was.
I mean, you're still not the northernmost part of the United States.
No, it's not Alaska.
Believe it or not. Well, not even. I'm not even counting. I'm continental United States here. Because the
Maine. Well, Maine's probably.
Well, I'm not even. Yeah, Maine. You might have been tippy near the edge of that, but no, you're talking more. But like North Dakota, Montana, Washington, Minnesota, that gets north of where you're at, but it's still very, very north.
And it's on the lake.
And for all of you who want to know, it's SAULT STE period Marie.
Sault Ste. Marie.
Sault Ste. Marie. Yes, you're right. It's on what? Lake Superior. Yes, Lake Superior.
Then you have Lake Michigan, like not very far from it on the other side. Like it's
exactly. I would say it's kind of in this weird, and Lake Hudson as well.
Yeah,
Huron, not Hudson.
Huron, yeah.
Lake Huron. Yeah, you're like in the middle of you're three different lakes there.
Oh no, it's not a good place. There's a lot of humidity.
Did you happen to swing by Kinross Charter Township?
Looks like
looks like a happening place. It's just due south on 75 from
Sure,
Sault Ste. Marie.
I'm sure it's a happening place. I was trying to get the fuck out of Dodge.
There's Barbeau. Could have gone to Barbeau.
Mm-hmm.
The often never referred to last name of Mr. Jonathan Barbeau. So anyway. So okay, so you're up there in Sault Ste. Marie.
It's cold, snowing, and
you don't look like you're built for cold weather, dude.
I don't know. I've definitely put on like 30 pounds since I started.
I'm not saying anything about weight. I'm just looking at you. Just look like one of those guys that just thrives in more of a warm weather climate.
Well, I'm trying to be in more warm weather. I don't know why Justo keeps sending me north. We had a nice little argument about that just the other day.
Probably because nobody else wants to go to Sault Ste. Marie.
Exactly. I'm like, I guess I'm dumb enough. I'll do it. In fact, okay. This is okay. So you just saw where Sault Ste. Marie.
It's very north.
Way the fuck north of Traverse City, correct?
Yeah, very north of Traverse City, yes.
Traverse City's way the fuck up north.
It is very way the fuck up north.
Okay, so there's a great cigar shop there called Nolan's.
Traverse or
Nolan? Yeah, Traverse.
Okay.
Nolan is freaking awesome. Okay.
Okay.
Been there for a long, long time. Great people, beautiful area. I can see. I missed the colors by like 2 weeks, but I can see like when the weather's nice, this is probably like a premium spot to be right by.
Oh, I would think so. I mean,
Mackinac Island is right there close.
Tim the Toolman Taylor says very nice things about the state of Michigan.
Yeah, and I get after doing this trip, I get it. Like, it's
okay.
Not many places I haven't been. That was one corner I've never been. It was beautiful. However, I walk in there, say him my hellos, and one of the guys that works there, he goes, I've worked here off and on for 20 years. I've never seen a cigar rep in here in November, and that includes the ones that live in Michigan.
Oh, fuck.
And I'm like, well, here I am.
Here I am. And meeting like what? Because the weather's just so shitty?
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And he's like, I don't know if you're brave or dumb, maybe both.
A little bit of both.
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, this is my 1 week. I had one chance to get up here, so I took it and I made it. So we're good. But
there you go.
It wasn't without its moment.
Okay. So did you have any sort of adventure in Traverse City or Sault Ste. Marie?
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
Number one,
we all like the Trey Mac stories. This is what I'm getting at.
So again, I've driven through a lot of weird shit, but this is something new to me.
Okay.
And, I'm trying to clear the lake. I gotta go across the lake. And it's already like bad weather. Like it gets really dark really fast.
Yeah,
3:30 in the afternoon, the sun's down.
It's gone.
And by 5, it might as well be 3:00 in the morning. Like it is dark. There's no lights anywhere. I mean, it is black dark. You have a giant body of water that if you look up that map and you see the highways, you drive right along the water the entire way, which is not great because things get blown off the water.
I was going to say.
And there's no lights. And one of my headlights went out.
Oh, no.
There's no place to stop and change your headlight.
No.
And it's
no.
black.
And if your car is anything like mine, it's not a simple change anymore either. It's like, it's not a bulb. It's the whole component.
Yeah.
And in order to get to the component, you have to remove these other things, and it's a pain in the ass.
Another shitty part to this story, because I had one headlight go out in Pittsburgh one time, and so I just went in the store and bought a headlight.
Okay. What was that song?
Sat in the parking lot, wondering why I could not change this headlight by myself. So then I went in the store and was like, I got to turn in my man card. I cannot change this headlight by myself. One of the guys working there was like, oh, you're a pussy.
Start calling you the wallflower.
Yeah, it took him 45 minutes to change that. Right? And he was like, I'm like, I tried to tell you, man, like you can't just put your hand in there.
No.
Already knew I was definitely not going to change this headlight in like snowy, freezing cold weather. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to stand out there for an hour.
No.
So I decided to go to this Ford dealership.
Oh shit.
And I'm like, well, they'll do it. So I go there, and sure enough, like there's a big line of people trying to get into service. And a
Of
lot of
course
them
there's.
are state police.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're gonna take precedence over you.
Yeah. So I just kind of waited in line. Finally, I get up there, and the guy's like, "Oh, what can I do for you, buddy?" And I was like, "I am definitely not in America," but I was, but it didn't feel like.
I got
And,
it.
and I was like, "Well, my skid plate underneath my car, like I definitely know it needs some more bolts in it. Long story, but go ahead and secure that thing for me, and then change both my headlights, please." He goes, "Is that all you need, buddy?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no oil change today. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good." "I wasn't talking about your oil. Surely you need to put on some snow tires today."
Oh shit.
I'm like, "No, no snow tires. I don't fucking live here. I'm trying to get the fuck out of here." And he's like, "Everybody in front of you today, it's snow tire day. Everybody's trying to get their snow tires on. There's big snows coming in." And I'm like, "Yeah, well, I'm trying to get the fuck out. I'm trying to get out."
Before the snow, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, "No snow tires. I don't want any snow tires."
Oh
And
no.
this poor bastard looks at me like sad. He looks at me very sad, and he goes, "I hope you beat the snow, buddy. I hope you beat the snow." I gotta fucking go. We gotta get out of here. Right?
It's like, well, if you just swap out my headlights and do these bolts, I'd be fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you beat the snow?
For the accumulation part.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah. Which for like I ended up asking some people that have properties up there. I go, "How much snow do you guys get up here?" So the most snow I've ever seen in one year was crazy to me, but and in Arizona of all places. But the year I lived in Arizona, we got 128 inches of snow.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Flagstaff, Arizona, not Phoenix.
Okay. Okay.
That was
That's
crazy.
unusual. Yeah.
But these fuckers were telling me like, "Oh no, we get over 200 inches every year," and I'm like,
Ugh.
I need to go. I need to get out of here."
Yeah. No.
And so yeah, like Nolan's, they told me that usually November until June, no reps.
November until June.
June. They told me June's probably safe to come back.
So they're getting people from June to October.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's only what? 4 months, right? June, July, August, 5 months, I guess.
5 months.
Not even half the year. Wow. I would now, okay. So I would think that with them being close-ish, Traverse City is a little further than Sault Ste. Marie. But I would think that they would be getting a lot of
Canadians.
border jumpers, yeah, coming down, getting their cigars at a cheaper rate than they can in Canada, because let's be real, the taxes in Canada are pretty high.
Yeah, and they're high in Michigan too, but Michigan,
Okay.
they got a 50-cent cap.
Okay.
So that changes everything. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
matter how much your tax percentage is, it's capped at 50 cents.
Interesting.
That changes everything. I wish Indiana would do that. And I know our boy Rob is fucking trying, but
There's a lot of places I know that are talking about wanting to do that. But yeah, no, I know. Interesting. Interesting. Well,
yeah, there's a lot of Canadians that buy their cigars.
well, I mean, God love them for it. They got to do what they got to do, even if it's driving down into the States.
Apparently, the reps, however, do not travel up there.
I mean, I don't know. I could see that. I realistically, I could see that. Now, for those of you who are reps that do travel up there in those odd times, you're going to make a statement by doing so.
Yes.
I mean, let's be real, you know, did you do well on this trip? I mean, not to like get into specifics, but
Well, number one, they are not going to forget me.
no, I would think not. Of
And
course, let's be real. That happens at most places that you go, though.
fair, but
Yeah.
you're like, no one comes around here, partner. And I'm like, well, partner, I'm here. They remember that.
Yeah.
And yes, it was a very successful trip. I took a weird angle at what we were doing where people are like, oh, you need to make a trip to Michigan. Most people are just gonna be like, I'm gonna go to Detroit and come home.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stores in Detroit. I get that.
Yeah.
Took the opposite route. I was like, I'm gonna go everywhere but Detroit for an entire week. I hit Detroit on my last day, said hi to some folks that I needed to meet, and got out of Dodge. Like I can go to Detroit later, but these other places that do great business, great places. Shout out to Jenny at Surroundings. Surroundings is freaking awesome. I spent way too much money there. That's another great place, and that's in Manistee, Michigan.
Okay.
Pretty far up there. Another tourist area. So there's all these places in Michigan, northern Michigan. They're like tourist areas. People go there in the summer. And these places make enough money in those short window of months that they crush it.
Interesting.
I wanted to make sure that all of those stores saw me, remembered me, because that's more of a grassroots thing. I can go to Detroit later. No offense to anybody in Detroit.
But you can hit Detroit throughout the year at various other times.
Yeah.
It's not like if you go there in January, you're completely fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
But it was good. Surroundings. I mean, let's talk about this. A lot of these northern Michigan joints, there are a lot of women involved in these businesses too, which was awesome. Detroit,
interesting.
Detroit too. I mean, I met some female owners in Detroit.
Yeah.
But I bought a lot of Christmas gifts at Surroundings, and none of them were cigars. They have a great cigar selection. They got a great smoking room, lounge, but then they sell all sorts of other shit. And I don't want to give it away because some people that I bought gifts for might be watching.
Yeah.
But for instance, it's a bucket of chicken.
Okay.
Not a bucket of chicken. It's
not a bucket of chicken.
Canadian bucket of chicken.
Okay.
So they got all sorts of fun stuff. I bought a whole bunch of gifts at Surroundings. It's awesome. Great place. Did that. And then I'm a bit of a tourist because I've been all these places. I've been everywhere in the US. So yeah, there's nothing surprising. I had not been to that nook up there in Michigan.
There you go.
So it was something new. It was something new. And
I like it.
I knew that everybody told me, hey, the one thing you got to do when you get way up there, you got to buy the fudge.
The fudge.
That's what they said.
Did you get your fudge packed?
Dude, not only did I go up there, I had to pack this fudge on my way home.
Holy crap. That's a big box of fudge.
Yeah, big old box. And here's what happens. You go to this place, it's called Murdick's Fudge it's Mackinac Island. Very famous, world famous fudge.
Murdick's Fudge. Okay.
Murdick. Yeah, and you can order it. And if you just take my word for it, order this shit and send it to your people for Christmas.
Okay.
I walk in there and I'm like, I've heard this is world famous fudge, blah, 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 blah. And the lady's like, well, you can try anything you want. And I'm like, well, that's okay. Let's start with the chocolate.
Well, yeah, I mean, where you go. Yeah.
Where you start.
If you can't do that, you can't do the other ones.
Exactly.
So yeah.
She gives me a little sampler and I'm like, oh shit. The rumors were true.
I haven't had fudge like this since that night in Saskatchewan.
Exactly. The next thing I know, I've tried like 15 different fudges. And she's like, well, you don't have to buy it all today. We can ship it to whoever you want to ship it to. And I was like, yeah, I just need like 6 pounds for. I'm not joking. I bought 6 pounds of fucking fudge.
That's just for you to drive back home with.
Yeah. And then I'm going to order some more and have it sent to people because this fudge is ridiculous. I mean,
how long does fudge last?
I think forever.
Fuck, I don't know.
For all
it never lasts that long at my house. I don't know.
Oh, we know the moon is made of fudge, my friend.
I mean, it's possible. I've heard it's been made of cheese.
Yeah, so cheese, I think, is a bit of an outlier. But if you want, like, I study these things, and I got some quotes.
Okay.
Number one, before I even give a quote, let's say I call you a lunatic.
Okay.
Where does that come from?
Well, I mean, lunar. Luna would be the moon. Yeah.
Yeah. The moon fucks with people, in other words.
Well, I've heard that. The full moon effect, it's crazy and blah, blah, blah.
Talk to any nurses out there. Any nurses, they know what I'm talking about.
Dude,
full effect is a real
cops, they know it. Yeah.
I've had like 3 of my major exes break up with me on full moons, and I have documented all of this shit.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's when it all happens. But perhaps you're familiar with the work of Isaac Asimov.
I heard of him.
Great writer.
Mm-hmm.
Isaac Asimov has a quote that I think is very important, something for the people to think about.
Okay.
Isaac says, we cannot help but come to the conclusion that the moon, by rights, ought not to be there. The fact that it is on those strokes of luck almost too good to accept. The great Isaac Asimov. And one must wonder, what did he mean by that?
I am sitting here wondering what he meant by that.
Me too. I love the work of Isaac Asimov. When I saw that quote, I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm into the moon, into all that shit. What is Isaac talking about?
Okay.
I went further and further and further, and I think there's something I need to eventually bring to the people.
Okay.
I'm not ready yet, but Isaac Asimov really got me on
the gears turning.
At the gears turning.
Okay. So what do you think of the Rancho Luna there? I mean, I would assume you've had that before.
Here's the thing. So it's been, Rancho Luna hasn't existed for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had people ask when blah, 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 blah. We're going to bring it back. We got to rebrand it. People need to know it's made by Aladino, which one thing we're doing when we put out these fresh packs, it's going to say Aladino fresh pack with Rancho Lunas in it.
Okay.
So
people know.
That was always the weirdness. Like, nobody knew Rancho Luna was made by Aladino. So
yeah,
let's rebrand and let people know. My favorite part about the old Rancho Luna and the Habano, which is why I'm excited when I smoke this one. Julio grows a bunch of different Habanos, a lot of different strains, and they have different characteristics. There's different notes that are impactful.
Okay.
What I loved the most about the old Rancho Luna was that Habano was so sweet. And I'm happy to say, so is this one.
Fantastic. I'll admit, I do remember the Rancho Luna when you guys first came on board with me. But it wasn't too long after that it kind of like faded into the background, and it basically was Aladino and Tatiscan. You had the two pillars there. And and then I remember at one point you were talking about reblending and rebranding and all that and whatnot. And that's kind of like gone to the back. Hadn't really heard much. So, but you're saying it's coming soon.
Coming back. And again, like, these 4-packs. I mean, 4 cigars for $24. Come on.
Oh yeah, that's what, $6 a stick. That's a fantastic price point.
Mm-hmm. And that was
Kind
another
of,
thing, especially going into next year, seeing where prices of everything are going, not just cigars, just literally.
yeah.
It's like, okay, we need to figure out something that we can do for your everyday guy.
No, that's important because you're right. I mean, and that's what I was going to say is that that price point settles in very nicely in between your core Aladino line, which it admittedly is not overpriced, but is higher in price than $6. And
Yeah,
then the Tatiscan, which is a good, really good budget cigar, lower than $6.
but there
But
was a gap.
yeah, there was that gap. So here comes Rancho Luna.
Yeah, so in between that 9 and 350 mark, you have your Rancho Luna, which they should be about 650, somewhere between 650 and 7 when they actually come to market.
Okay.
But for now, you'll be able to get them in these 4-packs for $6 a cigar.
There you go.
And
It's a nice deal.
yeah, no, it's great. To me, it was a fun way of launching a new product. Like, no, let's just grab a few stores and give them deals on 4-packs and use that as a way to introduce the product and
Mhm.
bring the rest of it out at one of the trade shows.
Well, that's smart of you guys because honestly, the fresh packs. I mean, dude, all these stores I just keep hearing. I'm sure you hear it more and more and more than I do, but the fresh packs are killing it at these stores.
Yeah. Which it's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah,
Um, I know for a lot of people, like they'll do the packs and you're like, well, they're cheaper because you didn't have to make the box.
true.
And I'm also at the same time, I'm like, yeah, but there's also a box of them in the humidor. You don't
Well,
cannibalize your.
no, I think they're different people. Is my point. I think when you've got a guy coming in that's like, oh, I'm going on a vacation and I just need a couple of cigars with me. They grab the fresh pack. That way they're in the bag, they're humidified in the bag and everything like that. They got a variety potentially, and they can kind of smoke it that way. Or if they're going out to play golf with some friends or something like that, they get the variety pack because maybe one guy he's like, I want the Maduro, and then another guy's like, I've never had a cigar before, so he gets the Connecticut, that kind of thing, and it just kind of mixes and matches that way. So I think there's a purpose, for them. And I think that, I mean, every time I buy one, I mean, that ends up kind of being my case is it's when I'm feeling indecisive and it's like, I don't know what I want. Screw it. I'll get the fresh pack and then I get a little bit of everything.
I'm with you.
Yeah. So I think it'll be good. And if nothing else, it's just another thing to add to the arsenal.
Oh, you gotta have a tool in a tool bag. Other than these women that are on the International Space Station, they don't know what they're doing with their tools and their tool belts. But that's beside the point. I don't know how educated you people are, but if you're reading about space travel, which I do all the time because I'm like, bullshit, 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 bullshit. Oh, this might be good. That's how I do it. Yeah. So we had 2 astronauts on a spacewalk today.
Okay.
And it took them 5 hours and 40 minutes to do half of their job. They could not finish the rest of the job. But in the middle of doing this job that took half the day, these 2 ladies,
God. There's at least a couple of people I know that are going to yell at you specifically for
fine.
this.
the ladies, they dropped the toolbox, and now it's floating around in outer
I was saying it's just floating in space.
You got how many wrenches are just floating around out there in outer space? We hope it doesn't fuck anything up, but they
It wasn't
me They will be burnt up in the Earth's atmosphere at some point in time, but I don't know
You
how
would
good.
think you would kind of think that something like that would be tethered to them so that they could like maybe zip it up, let it float while they're doing the work, and then when they need something else, they pull it back in, unzip it, get the hammer or whatever they need, zip it back up. You know, you would think.
Wait. You're talking logic.
I mean, yeah, but this is NASA, right?
Well, but I don't care if you're Harvard, NASA, whatever. You bring female into the conversation.
Oh shit! See, you're going there. I'm just saying, logically, you'd think it'd be tethered to you.
I'm sitting here. I'm like, is this the first time this has happened?
And
the answer is no.
Okay.
Other female astronauts have also
shit.
dropped tool bag.
No men.
I think one, and it was like 20 years ago. One guy, it was this lineage of women, somehow dropped tools in outer space, which, by the way, is a problem because we're up to 11,000 tons of space junk just floating around. I've heard telling me that these monkeys, we're all just a bunch of monkeys on a rock flying around.
God.
You're telling me that these human monkeys that drop tools in outer space got to the fucking moon? You gotta be kidding me, folks. You gotta be kidding me. We didn't get there. We never have been there. We can't even get the tools in low Earth orbit. Give me a break. In fact, I like the words of astrophysicist Erwin Shapiro.
Erwin Shapiro.
Yeah. Harvard.
Oh.
Harvard.
Okay. Harvard trained or Harvard educated Mr. Shapiro.
You would think this might be somebody to listen to. Maybe.
I bet he would have tethered his tool bag to his suit.
I guarantee. Erwin says, looking at all the anomalies and unanswered questions about the moon, the best explanation for the moon is an observable error. It doesn't exist.
I mean,
it's an astrophysicist from Harvard there, folks.
Okay.
It's an observable error. It doesn't.
So all right. I have questions, but you seem to be teeing up for something, and I don't know if I need to hold off or if I should just ask these questions.
Oh, I love it when you ask questions. Gets me.
So is this like the Las Vegas Dome? We're all like inside this like giant sphere, and we've got a U2 concert, or in this case, the moon being projected on our screen.
I think we all live in spheres.
God, can you imagine if we all fucking had a U2 concert playing in the sky all the day?
I mean, we do.
I don't see Bono in the fucking sky. I don't know where you
could.
Maybe up in fucking Traverse City, Michigan. You're looking up in the edge.
You have to talk to the right people. You want Bono in the sky? They can put him there. I mean,
I'm just saying.
In 100 years from now, people were like, Bono's made of cheese.
He's just gonna fucking randomly show up one day, and we're all gonna get pissed off about it and try and figure out how to get rid of it.
Bono will do what he's always done.
I was talking about the whole album on the iPhones, but anyway.
I was going to talk about the only thing Bono has done in life.
He's done some decent work, humanitarian work.
No, it's bullshit. There's only one thing he's ever done.
What? What?
That's it. It's all he's ever done. Watch South Park. All he's ever done.
A giant piece of poo. Well, speaking of watching things, why don't we go ahead and jump into this now? Okay. It's time for the Villiger Cigars Entertainment Report, brought to you by Villiger. Villiger Cigars, one of the leading cigar and cigarello manufacturers in the world, founded in 1888 and still family owned and operated. Head over to VilligerCigars.com and check the store locator to find a shop near you that carries them. We guarantee that Villiger Cigars will be a wonderful addition to your humidor and cigar rotation. So, been watching anything lately? I mean, you've been in hotel rooms, so I'm imagining a lot of ridiculousness because that's all I ever watch in hotel rooms.
Sure, if we want to keep it PC, you know.
I don't want to pay for shit in hotel rooms.
It depends on which state you're in.
Oh, well, that's true. Got to put in the
Didn't I talk
driver's
about
license.
the whole? Yeah, didn't I talk about that on the last episode?
You know, I don't know if you talked about it or if you talked about it with me, but I'm maybe we talked about it on the show.
Oh, they
I
want
don't
a
remember.
face scan and your your driver's license
In order to
watch some adult material. You can suck up. Anyway,
anyway,
it wasn't like that in Michigan, you know.
well, there you go.
It's what things we've watched.
Home of the free.
I don't know.
I just finished the 3rd season of Only Murders in the Building. Have you watched that show?
No.
Dude, it's such a great show. It's Steve Martin and Martin Short and Selena Gomez, and they like solve murder mysteries and like do podcasts about it, and it's really funny.
Sounds awesome. I like
it. Really is really funny. In my opinion, the 1st season was the best. This 3rd season, Meryl Streep and Paul Rudd were in it, and so that was a little like out of left field, but it was good. It was good, but
Paul
yeah,
Rudd,
no,
Kansas City, what's up?
super quality show. Super quality show.
Okay, that's called what again?
Only Murders in the Building. It's on Hulu.
Okay, shit.
Yep. Super good. Dude, if nothing else, you get Steve Martin and Martin Short.
Which is always good. In fact,
right?
Something I watched today, I watched like Steve Martin just play the banjo for like 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, little Foggy Mountain Breakdown.
Yes, where he does it by himself. It's the duo, but it's only him by himself, so he plays just the one half.
Fantastic. It's great.
I know, it's so funny. No, he's a Swiss Army knife of an entertainer. He can do so many different things.
That's great.
Yeah. Awesome. The other thing that I've been watching that oh my God, fucking full on deep dive into was the 4th season of Dark Side of the Ring hit Hulu. And I burned through, I'm trying to remember how many episodes were even in that. I can tell you though. Of course I can if I can clear my search there. Dark Side of the Ring episode guide, season 4, 10 episodes. I burned through 6 in one sitting the first night that I saw that it was available.
Awesome.
The one about the junkyard dog was pretty good.
Junkyard dog.
Oh, dude, that one was pretty good. Because they basically talked about how like he was huge down in the Southern Territories, and then he jumped over to the WWF and thought he was going to get the big push there, and McMahon kind of slow walked him and kept Hogan at the top spot and everything.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Hillbilly Jim.
Yeah,
our dog and Hillbilly Jim. They could have been, but
could have been. And then, but I made it up to the Abdullah the Butcher episode. That's the one that I stopped at. But the one prior to that was the tragic fall of Adrian Adonis, and how they had that car wreck in Canada that he and like 2 other wrestlers died in and everything. And that was kind of fucked up though. Talking about how at one point, dude, he was wrestling oh shit, I'm trying to remember the name of the guy out in Vegas, and like Adonis was like 400 pounds, and they had to cancel or they had to stop the match in like less than, they're like he could only go like maybe 10 minutes, and then we had to like stop the match because like he was breathing so hard we were worried he was gonna die, so like they sped up the finish and stopped the match so that he could get his shit together. But it was sad, man. It was sad. But I'm looking forward to the last 4 because we have Abdullah the Butcher, and we have Bam Bam Bigelow.
Love Bam Bam.
Bash at the Beach 2000, which apparently was at the end of WCW until one off-script rant against Hulk Hogan changed everything. So I want to know what that's all about. And then the last one, The World According to Marty Jannetty, the other half of the Rockers. So it's like,
Greatest
dude,
tag team of all time.
I mean, this is gonna be some good shit in the last like 4 episodes of this season. So, I don't watch any current wrestling. I can't I'm not into any of the new current stuff, but man, the old stuff's so good. And this behind the scenes stuff in that show, oh, I love it so much.
That's great.
So
Awesome.
that's what I've been watching. That's what I've been watching lately.
So I haven't been watching anything because I've been driving nonstop, other than I have been watching a lot of moon things.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing my research, folks. But it's almost that time of year when I watch the 3 things I watch every year at this time.
Okay.
So December, January, February, I have this whole thing that I do every single year in my life.
Okay.
Almost there. So number 1, you watch the greatest show / movie of all time.
All right.
And that's Lonesome Dove. Greatest show, movie, whatever you want to call it. It's like a 3.5-hour miniseries.
I'm aware of it. You didn't strike me as the Lonesome Dove type, but okay.
God, it's my favorite of all. If you want me to start quoting it, we can just go from beginning to end.
I'll be damned. Okay. All right.
Huge Lonesome Dove fan.
I trust you, but okay.
And then I'll go into, I have to watch all of Deadwood.
Okay.
To me, Deadwood is the greatest show of all time, period.
Really?
It's the best. The best. Hands down, the best. And then,
okay, I'm going to say this. I've never seen Deadwood. It's been on my list. It's on my HBO list. I haven't watched it yet.
It's the best.
Okay.
Not only is it even if the writing wasn't that good, it's still a really good, gritty.
I can tell you why I didn't watch it for the longest time because it just kind of ended and it didn't end. But then they did that movie and
the movie sucked, but at least it tied things together.
That's kind of what I was looking for,
but it doesn't matter. Those 3 seasons, Jesus H Christ.
Okay.
Great. That's my favorite of all time.
Okay.
And then after that's done, then I'll watch Hell on Wheels, usually in February. And Hell on Wheels is way longer. It's not as gritty, but it's pretty gritty. And the acting is great. Like, love Hell on Wheels. So this is the time of year I get into my weird Western thing, and it goes like 3 months. And yeah, Lonesome Dove, Deadwood, Hell on Wheels. Go through all of that. And I do this every year in my life. Every freaking year.
Well, I can tell you that the day after Thanksgiving, I will watch Christmas Vacation because the Christmas season cannot start until I see the Griswolds.
Do you want some trivia?
Okay. I like trivia.
Let's see if you remember.
Okay.
The Kansas cousins. Shitter's full cousins.
Yeah.
Remember where they're from?
Because they visit in Christmas Vacation, but they visit them at their house in regular vacation.
Yes.
No, I don't remember where they're from.
Coolidge, Kansas.
Coolidge.
Which is a town of about 500.
Okay.
Also happened to be a town of about 27 miles from where I grew up. And I could send you pictures if you want. One of the things that they have in this tiny, tiny little town is Cousin Eddie's gift shop.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I might have to go to Kansas. I'll go to
Eddie's.
I'll pass through on the way somewhere else, but I'll have to make a stop at Cousin Eddie's gift shop on the way somewhere else.
Greatest Christmas show of all time.
Oh, dude, Christmas is not Christmas without Christmas Vacation.
I agree.
And Otherwise, in terms of my annual watches, I feel like I've gotten into the groove where now in January, my annual watch is The Sopranos. I burn through The Sopranos.
Oh,
I love The Sopranos so much.
it's good.
Dude. See, I contend that's the best show that's ever been on television.
It's definitely, it's for sure in the top 10 for me. Probably top 5.
Okay.
It's probably top 5. It's phenomenal.
It is. But I there's this hanging butt in the room.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. I don't know what it is about The Sopranos. I wanted more, even though it was the first show that gave us more.
Yeah.
Was the first, and then other shows like, oh, that worked, and then they took it.
What more did you want?
There were a few people that died a little too early.
Oh.
So which the shocking, that was the first show where like a bunch of shocking deaths happened.
Oh yeah.
There's a few of them. I'm like, I could have gone a little further, like, plus with a name like Big Pussy, like, I want that.
Well,
Gabagool.
boy, I remember when that one came along. I was just like, oh my god, like yeah, that was a moment. That was a TV moment.
It was.
Yeah.
You want me to give you a cigar pulpit moment?
I like cigar pulpit moments.
I've already weirded you out by saying that I'm a big Lonesome Dove guy. Biggest.
Yeah.
The best show ever.
Okay.
I do have a tradition that I watch 2 times a year, and I think it might be the greatest show or the greatest movie of all time. I only watch it 2 times a year.
Okay.
You're not ready.
I mean, it can't be the Barbie movie because that just came out this year.
That's not that. But you're not ready for this.
Have you seen it?
Fuck no.
See, something tells me that would have been something just for pure research purposes you might have gone for.
All I have to do is read NASA's bullshit. They sent 2 Barbies into space and dropped it.
Oh God.
Space
Okay.
Barbie.
What do you watch twice a year that I would be surprised by?
It's a Wonderful Life.
That's really nice.
It's a great fucking movie.
It is.
All the aspects of a great story. All of them. There are no flaws in that story. And Jimmy Stewart's kind of fucking awesome.
And you know what's so bizarre about that? Everybody fixates on the part of the movie when he's visited by the angel and they go and see, what life would be like without him and everything like that. That's like that much of the movie in comparison to everything else.
It's nothing.
I know. That's like the one part everybody's always like, oh, that's the part about It's a Wonderful Life.
No.
It's like in the grand scheme of things, it's everything else that leads up to that makes up that movie. And then that comes along and it's just like, see, George, this is blah, 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 blah. And it's like, that's not much of the movie in the grand scheme of it all.
It's hardly any of the movie.
Yeah.
And that should that's the little like spiritual fantasy bullshit part of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the movie is like, oh, this is like way too big.
Oh yeah. I mean, like you can, by the time it comes along, you can understand why George might be looking to jump off a bridge.
Oh yeah.
100%. Yeah, 100% can understand why.
Like, I'm George myself. I've thought about it.
I mean,
if it wasn't so goddamn cold in Canada, I might have done it myself. But I didn't. Water's too
well, you also didn't have Donna Reed to come home to.
That would help.
Oh my!
I would settle for Ron Deed at this point in time.
Oh my God! See now that it's a softer side of Trey Mac today. Lonesome Dove and It's a Wonderful Life. My God! Who knew?
Well, I'm really into the whores and gambling part of Lonesome Dove. I mean,
Oh,
if
okay.
there's one thing in this life I don't tolerate, it's surly bartenders.
Uh, all right. Well, why don't we now go ahead and move into this?
Guess what, motherfucker?
It's time for 3 cigars we smoked and enjoyed this week. And have you smoked and enjoyed 3 cigars?
Number one, this Rancho Luna. No, this is like
You're burning through it. You're past the band now. You took the band off. I'm slow walking my Sumatra here. I mean, this
well,
thing's
the Sumatra does burn slower.
well, this thing's also a freaking smokestack, man. If anybody watching the YouTube notices, I am just puffing away here in the ice tent of love, and the amount of smoke this is kicking off is unreal.
No, that's what it does. And just wait, it's the precursor to something coming out at PCA next year. Also, I'll send you a private video. You know what I mean?
Oh God, I don't want your dick pics.
And I will show you how much smoke this fucking thing produces.
Oh my God. All right.
You'll be
Well,
like, I didn't know he could do it that fast.
I didn't know he could do that. That's craziness. Okay. Well, my first one is one that I smoked in the tent the other night while watching Dark Side of the Ring. I fired up I dug through the humidor and found a Dos Hombres Connecticut Toro there.
Nice.
I enjoyed it. So smoked wonderfully, kicked off a bunch of smoke. It was nice. It was a good time.
I like it.
So your second one?
So my second one, and there'll be a theme here. It'll also be my third one.
Okay.
Similar anyway, because in February we have the Aladino Candela coming back.
Okay.
And this will be the first year we release it to everybody. Last year it was just to people that have been to the farm.
Yeah.
Next year we're going to release to everyone.
Everybody.
Love that cigar. It's so different. Nothing else compares to it. It's its own thing. If you think you don't like Candela, try this one. We do things a different way. If you've never had a Candela, smoke this one and say F off to everything else, blah, blah, blah.
There you go.
However, getting ready for that and trying to figure out strategic things for next year, I did this past month go on a Candela surge.
Okay.
Smoke as many Candelas as I could to figure out what they're doing and where we fit in this echelon. And there were a couple that I really enjoyed. Very different than ours, but like I can say, like there's some Candelas that I thoroughly enjoyed that I never really got into in the past.
Okay.
And one I really liked, Illusion's H1 Lancero Candela. They have a Robusto, which is fine, but I really enjoyed the Lancero version. The H1, I think is what they call it. Really, really like that. I know they're harder to find, but really fun and different than what we do, but still fun nonetheless, and thoroughly enjoyable.
You dug it. All right. Well, that's interesting. I'm not the biggest Candela guy. I did very much enjoy the Aladino Candela because you're right. It's not like other Candelas.
No.
But typically with Candela, I get that real solid grassy flavor, and it's just, it doesn't do it for me. So
we ferment things differently, and it was not what you think you're getting in a good way.
Well, there you go. Well, my second one, I smoked on the patio on Thursday. Just enjoying the nice weather, and it was a Padron 1964 number 4 natural, and yeah, it was good. It was good. It was. I mean, dude, let's be real. It's a Padron 64. It is. Are you gonna go wrong?
It's fucking good.
That's what I'm saying. It was good. I dug it. And so your last one, since you have a theme going
back on the Candela train, but on a this company takes a whole different course.
Okay.
And it was the Roma Craft Fomorian.
Mm.
Hard to find. I got some people that hooked me up since I sent a bunch of messages out. I'm like, I'm trying to try every Candela on the market before this year's over. Fomorian, awesome. Great Candela.
Interesting.
Good luck
You know,
finding.
I'm sure. Speaking of Candelas, I was digging through the humidor the other day, and I found a pack, and I've never opened it. It's like kind of like one of those packs that you get where it's wrapped in the paper.
Hey, wait.
So
Did you just do the Illuminati?
it's well, I'm kind of no, not on purpose. But anyway, come on, like I'm special enough to be in the Illuminati.
What's behind you?
The edge of my
Look
tent.
Look at your
Oh,
picture.
it is a triangle, isn't it? There.
Yeah, you're like the eye of the triangle. Almost
Look at
like
me.
set this up on purpose.
My God. Anyway, no, it's just the angles of my tent.
Oh,
Hoping
that's
there's
what Illuminati would say. Oh,
one of these days I'm going to be in here and I'm going to be recording something and a spider's going to descend upon me and I'm going to flip shit. I had another spider in here the other day and I had to take care of it. So not a black widow this time. So that's good. But anyway, I found this pack of cigars and it was wrapped in paper and I have yet to ever open it. But I remember getting it when I bought a box of Charter Oaks way way back in.
Those are fun.
And this was a pack of, I think, Grasshopper.
Yeah.
It was a giveaway when you bought a box. And so I'm basing off the name Grasshopper. Is that a Candela? You gonna guess?
I think so. That makes sense. I don't think there's
Foundation.
I don't think there's many of them out there.
Well, I've got a pack still sealed up, and I just have never done anything with. So anyway, maybe I'll have to crack one of those open. You can have a really old aged Foundation Grasshopper.
I'm in.
I mean, I'm trying to think. That thing's got to be. Well, fuck. When did those Charter Oaks? I mean, that may have been 2019.
Probably was pre-COVID.
I'm thinking. Well, yeah, because Malillo made a swing through St. Louis, and I remember I went over, bought a box, met him, and got those. So that had to have been. Oh fuck, that was either late 18 or 19.
Yeah,
one or the other. So I don't know if we had the show yet at that point or not. Can't remember. Anyway, bottom line is it's at least 4 years old. Just chilling. So anyway, my last one was the Davidoff Nicaragua. I had one of those the other day, and it was good. I'm not shitting on Davidoff by any means, but by and large, their output tends to be a little more. It doesn't hit my palate. It's a little too light, a little too subtle,
still good.
that sort of thing.
Still
very good, very good, very good. I mean, but in terms of flavor, the Nicaragua and the late hour tend to hit me just right. And so I had the Nicaragua, and it was tasty. It was a good cigar. I decided one day last week to just smoke nothing but really good.
I like it.
I dug through the humidor, found a bunch of nice stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna smoke good. So that's what I did.
You got music to cue up?
I'm actually going to have to turn off the audio for a moment, swap some buttons, and come back. So
awesome. I gotta take a massive piss. See you guys.
Well, all right. Well, we're gonna go video only for a moment, and I'm gonna swap some buttons. So we'll be right back on the audio side. So we are video only, and I guess he really did have to go take a wicked pissa. So while we're doing this, I guess I will say that for those of you who are watching on the video, if you have not gone over to cigarpulpit.com lately, I have been updating it with some cigar news that comes my way, and I am prepping to begin the email newsletter. starting in January. So while you're over there, if you're not already signed up to receive the newsletter, then a little pop-up window will appear on the site, and you can very easily just sign up for that. And then when they start up, you'll be getting that. I promise I won't be barraging your inbox with all kinds of garbage. You'll be getting like one newsletter a week with some show information and various other cigar news reviews. I've got a reviewer that's going to help me out and that sort of thing. And it's just going to be a nice little informational newsletter. So if you're over there, make sure you sign up for that. Are you coming back in? I'm trying to fill the air while you're gone.
Safe.
You what?
Safe.
Yeah, you're safe. Well, I mean, we're on video still.
I got things to tell people on the video before you cut back.
Okay, I haven't gone back to the audio yet. So
this is video only, right? These are the people that watch it online.
These are just the YouTube people that are watching right now.
If the YouTube people have never really dug in and used their prostate, and you gotta get the angle right, folks.
Oh my God.
So that when you piss into the toilet, you create a tornado.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you got to really dig down deep, though, to really push that thing out. But if you haven't done that, it's a good practice. It's good for your health.
Okay. Well, the more you know.
These are things that people that only listen will never know. You folks are special. Create that vortex of pleasure, my friends.
All right. I'm going back to the audio now. And we're back on the audio side. And guys, if you are just listening to this, you truly are missing something by not going to the YouTube and checking out what we do in the video only portion.
Lots of health tips.
Health tips, show information. I mean, there was some legit stuff that came your way during that little break there. So
who doesn't want a better prostate?
I mean, women.
Well, they might want someone with a better prostate.
Perhaps.
You want to shoot across the room, or you want to dribble out,
Dear God. Well, you get to that that age, and suddenly you get the dribblage
Not if
going
you practice the tornadoes we talked about.
Okay. Well, why don't we now go ahead and do this?
Go listen. Go watch.
This would normally be the time that I give some information about My Monthly Cigars, but I've hired that out this week. Oh my God. Take it away.
My Monthly Cigars is a premium cigar subscription service. It comes in a variety of different size boxes at affordable prices. Use offer code PULPIT and get free shipping on your first box and 20% off any items in the online store at mymonthlycigars.com.
That's offer code PULPIT. Thanks. Oh my God. I didn't tee him up with poop this time, but it was a prostate. So I guess either which way. I think Gervais should be all in on a PSA about good prostate health.
Yeah, I guarantee you he does what I just talked about.
I mean, probably had Bill Burr give it to him.
I bet Bill Burr has a
Oh my God. Anyway, and while you're over there, guys, make sure you check out the fucking good coffee, because you don't want to be a fucker. Try the fucking good coffee. Anyway, and in terms of the socials, I'm on Instagram at the Cigar Pulpit. We're on Facebook, where we have the Pulpit Parishioners group. Twitter/X, where I just every once in a while dabble with it. I haven't really dove in yet. YouTube, where you can watch this and get exclusive health tips from Trey Mac. And ask the boys. The damn app still is just not really working right.
You gotta get your shit together there.
I know. I need to get the Google Voice set up, which is going to result in the phone number change. So for right now, for this month, It really is email. So, guys, I need you to email me questions if you want in on that. We're going to go old school with it. So it's Nick, N-I-C-K, at cigarpulpit.com. And while you're doing that, check out cigarpulpit.com. I've started posting stuff on there. I get press releases from all these companies and stuff. So I'm starting to put those out. And, there's going to be some stuff rolling out on that here soon. And the newsletter, I swear to God, everybody thinks I'm joking, but that's going to be starting back up in January. So if you're not on the list, get on the list, and we'll have the newsletter starting up in January.
Are you going to have a science section?
A what section?
Science.
Signs? Like what kind of signs? What do you mean?
I mean, science people need to know, but don't know.
Science. I thought you were saying signs. Like a stop
Oh.
sign or like sign language or some shit like that.
I mean,
Oh, yeah. I mean,
man.
you are more than welcome to submit a guest column for the newsletter whenever you'd like.
How often are you doing the newsletter?
It'll come out weekly. So,
A lot of science. Jesus.
I mean, you have free reign to submit guest columns to the newsletter whenever you'd like.
We should collaborate.
We can totally collaborate. In fact, I'll even make sure the Aladino logo is right by it.
I gotta say, I was very disappointed. I went up north hunting for Mr. Pulaski. Never.
He doesn't live in Michigan.
I felt like he's a Wisconsin fuck.
He is a Wisconsin fuck, but he's not in Michigan.
But I crossed one body of water. I could have crossed the other, or maybe he ventures out of his home. I know sometimes he likes the basement.
Oh yeah, basements are quality places for Pulaski. I mean, he tends to be in crawl spaces, I believe.
Yeah, well, I think me and him should get together up north sometime. And
having met Jerry Pulaski, I think you two would cause some significant chaos together.
We should
if you got together
in the
oh fuck science by Trey Mac and Jerry Pulaski.
Hey, I've got multiple degrees, so I think I'm probably more qualified than most of the bullshit you see in there. Okay.
And where's everybody following you?
T-Mac Aladino Cigars on Instagram, baby.
Okay, that's it. You don't have anywhere.
You can find me other places, but
are you still doing the fantasy football?
No, it's too much.
Okay, I was wondering.
I mean, I'm still doing it, but I can't do a show.
Yeah.
It's too much.
For anybody who is, do you have any little football nuggets that you want to briefly throw to the people?
Yeah, I would say if you're not in on Noah Brown, you're fucking.
Okay.
So that's what I would say. Go get you Noah Brown.
And he plays for
the Houston Texans.
Okay.
Now I don't know. He should be on your waiver wires. Pick him up. He might win you a couple games. Wasn't there some football shit we talked about before this show started that I don't remember?
It was a quarterback from Minnesota that you were talking about.
Oh, Josh Dobbs.
Yeah, that's right.
Joshua Dobbs. Now, people, I know if you play fantasy football or if you're just a casual fan and you watch, this guy's incredible. However, he's also on his 5th team in 2 years. Okay. But I don't think he's a good quarterback. He's a good athlete, very intelligent. This guy can 2 teams this year. The Cardinals picked him up and played him within like 3 days of picking him up, and he knew the playbook. And then he gets traded to the Vikings, and he has like 3 days to learn the entire playbook. He fucking does it, right?
Impressive.
Yeah, and even NASA is putting shit out there. Like NASA posted, like this guy could have worked for NASA, and he could have. I mean, this kid was like a legit genius in college.
Okay.
But you watch him play the game. He's not a traditional quarterback.
Okay. Does he win? I mean, I don't know
I
how
mean,
much he wins if he gets traded around all over the place.
well, he won one game with the Cardinals in half a season, and he won his first game with the Vikings. So
Okay.
I think he has 2 wins on the year. Now he's highly entertaining, but he might know the playbook and know what to do, but he doesn't like. He's not
Execution, maybe.
not surgical. Even though he
Okay.
knows he's not surgical, he ends up running around, going crazy, doing shit with his legs, and making stuff happen. But it's all chaos. And I told another guy in one of my fantasy leagues the other day, it's kind of like when you're under pressure, you got to perform real quick.
Okay.
That's what his game reminds me of. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
You've been there, right?
Well, I
You
mean,
know, like when you're in
yeah,
a
I mean, when
situation,
you're under pressure and you get, I mean, I
like
get it.
when you're in a
I
situation.
push, dude, I push deadlines all the time. I mean, hell, we're recording this
No,
on
I'm talking about like no, not a deadline.
fucking, it's
No,
like
no,
Monday
no,
night, and
no,
it's
no,
like,
no,
this is coming
no.
out in like 4 hours. So, I mean,
deadline is not how he plays. There's no deadline.
I mean, that's
It's
what I
more
mean when
like-
you're talking under pressure.
No, it's more like you have a boner in a place you should not have a boner.
Oh, well, that's when you just kind of
And-
walk hunch forward a little bit and just keep
You
thinking
gotta,
about like
you gotta,
grandma and baseball and apple pie. and just move
you
on.
gotta fix the problem real fast. You know, like when you're
Oh,
like I know we all went through this. Like it's not just me, it's not just you, it's probably all the listeners too. You got to go to school and you're laying in bed with morning wood and
dear God.
you got to get rid of it, you know, before you got to go to school and you can't think of anything. You're trying. And the only thing you think of is yell like, "Mom, help! I need you."
Whoa,
and then-
whoa. I've
and then,
never asked for assistance.
Bullshit.
Not from a parent, for God's sakes.
No. We all did this because you're not getting help from your mom, but you know you can't have mom come into your room with you jerking off, which gives you like 20 seconds to get the job done. That's how Joshua Dobbs plays football.
What the fuck?
You say you've done it. I know.
What the fuck?
Sometimes you gotta get the job done real fast.
Okay.
Anybody there?
You know that
comment down. I watched Joshua Dobbs. He plays like I used to jerk off. Like just
this is what happened. 27 miles from where cousin Eddie is from.
yeah. I mean that's where I grew up. I mean,
basically,
does it make sense now?
I guess.
Shitter's full. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It's like I can't stand too close to the microwave. I'll start hearing shit in Russian or whatever.
Is not, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. Well,
There's a bucket of chicken.
there's a bucket of chicken. All right. Well,
Fudge.
Packed. I went to, okay. I know I've briefly, I'm sure I talked about it on the show at one point. I went to Uranus, Missouri.
Oh,
and I had my fudge packed in Uranus, Missouri.
You really?
Dude, for those of you who don't know, there's a place called Uranus, and it's right outside, I think, like St. James, Missouri. St. James, Missouri. And it's a Uranus fudge factory, and they lean so hard into the joke. I mean, it's the dirt. You walk up, and the poor girl at the counter is like, "Hi, welcome to Uranus. Can I pack your fudge today?" And it's like, thank you for the pleasure of letting me pack your fudge today and all that. I mean, like they lean so far into it all the time.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Because I'm buying Christmas gifts.
Mm-hmm.
I've got one family that'll be sitting together. And I was thinking about buying all of them some fudge from Murdoch's.
Yeah.
But what if I bought all of them Murdoch's fudge, but one, maybe even the male protagonist, Uranus fudge?
Well, let me tell you something else. I'm talking about this one in Missouri. And granted, that's their larger location. They have a second location. That second location is in Indiana. And it's like a stone's throw from Indianapolis.
Wait, are they both called Uranus?
Yep, it's the Uranus Fudge Factory. And let me tell you, not only can you get fudge there, the t-shirts are out of this world, my friend.
Hold on, wait. But Uranus, the town, is only in Missouri, right?
Well, see, they try to make it seem like a town. It's really like a place that's like got a bunch of different things. It's not really a town, but it's kind of, but yeah.
The town in Indiana?
There so no, it's littler. The Indiana location is littler. But you can still get some really good fudge at the Uranus Fudge and General Store, Fudge Factory and General Store. Hang on, let me Google this. Let me give you the exact location here.
The Uranus General Fudge.
Why is this not Indiana? Okay, search. It's in Anderson, Indiana.
Oh, I know where Anderson is.
Anderson, Indiana.
That's right down the road from Final Third.
Bingo. That's what I'm saying. It's right in that general area. You can go up there and you can get yourself your fudge packed at Uranus.
Oh man.
And let me tell you, the t-shirts, that's your gift right there. Little fudge and the t-shirts.
All right.
It's a good time.
You sure they don't pronounce it Uranus?
No, they very much pronounce it Uranus.
Okay. All right. Just making. I was a kid when they changed that shit and it pissed me off. They took away Pluto one and then they took away.
Well, that's a whole different conversation, the whole Pluto situation. But no, they even have a newspaper. It's called the Uranus Examiner.
That is awesome.
I love it. I mean, I love it. So yeah, but no. So speaking of fudge, you should check out the Uranus Fudge Factory there in Anderson, Indiana.
I like it. There's a great horse track out there too.
See, I've been told that. So you should check it out. I didn't know Nestle had a giant plant out there.
Oh yeah, it's big.
Huge. You go driving up the highway and there's a fucking Quick Bunny like right by the highway.
Yeah, they don't make fudge though.
No.
They just have the Hershey squirts.
Well, anyway. Well, Trey Mac, it's always a pleasure.
It's a pleasure, but I don't want to go just yet.
Okay.
I know you're trying to get me off the show, and it's probably for my best interest.
I mean, I do watch out for you.
But I do hope you and I reconvene around Christmas.
Oh,
I would love to do a very
dude, you're always welcome.
I would
You're
love
you're just a busy guy. You just need to tell me when.
Oh, I'm home for a bit. I would love to do a holistic Christmas show for the people.
I think that's a great idea.
We broaden everyone's horizons and maybe expand the mind.
I think that's a wonderful idea.
And I hope I've teased a little bit of it just to get people curious and start hitting the old Google machine. So if we're signing out, I just have one thing left to say. It's not my words.
I'm choking out in here. Okay, yeah.
It's the words of someone from NASA called Robin.
NASA. Brett. I'm sorry, Robin what?
Robin Brett from NASA. And I've talked a lot of shit on these NASA women, blah, 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 blah.
Okay, yeah.
One of them said, now Robin could be a man or a woman, I'm not sure.
It's one of those names, yeah.
Not going to gender.
Yeah.
Either way, if you work for NASA, you're not a dumbass.
No.
You might not be smart enough to tether your toolbox to but you're not a complete dumbass.
I mean, NASA does employ janitors.
It's true.
Thanks, Cindy. Anyway.
Robin Brett of NASA once said, it's easier to explain the non-existence of the moon than its existence.
There has been a theme to these quotes. So
I'll let the people do their own work tonight. But I would like to have a Christmas special and we talk about very important topics.
I think that'd be a wonderful thing. It'd be a wonderful gift to the people.
Well, that's what we'll call it. Instead of a wonderful life, it's a It's a wonderful night.
It's a wonderful night.
Yeah.
All right. I like it. I like it a lot. Well, final thought on your Rancho Luna.
I love it. It's okay. The thing about the Rancho Luna, it's not complex. Never will be.
Mhm.
It's a one note hitter, but if you like sweet cedar, that's what it is. It's
All
an
right.
hour of sweet cedar, baby.
I like it. See, that's the thing. When I'm getting like a $5, $6, well, that's more like a $6, $7 cigar. But even with a $6, $7 cigar, I'm not expecting massive transitions all throughout and like it's this orchestra of flavors and everything. It's like just give me something really solid and good, and I'm all in for it. You know, like I mean, we talked about the Charter Oaks earlier. It's the same kind of concept.
Great smoke.
It's a good smoke. I don't expect a lot of transitions and flavor changes out of it. It's a really good smoke though. Rancho Luna that comes in at like $6, $7, and it's a solid, really good, cigar. All in, all in. So
Coming to you soon. I'll probably have to hit up Dan the Man Ponder.
yeah, there you go. And then I'm down to the last little bit of my Aladino Sumatra. And I'm also going to have to hit up Dan the Man Ponder, see if he's still got any of these sitting around, because I've only got one left in the humidor. And that just can't, that's travesty that I can't abide by. So I'm going to have to get a few more to stick back.
That's my favorite Aladino product.
It's super good. It's definitely different than the other stuff that Aladino puts out, but I like it. It's not that it's like, offensively different. It's just different.
I love that.
There you go. Final heard retro hail. Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
it does
holy shit.
have some kick.
Oh fuck, I'm seeing angels. No, yep, no. And it hangs on too. Whew. Yeah. There's a lot to this one. This is a good one.
It's all about the cookie.
If I'm telling you, if you haven't tried Aladino because maybe you're like, I really like the really super strong stuff, or maybe you've tried Aladino and you're like, I only smoke the Corojo Reservas because I like the strongest stuff they put out. Try the Sumatra. It's a cut above. I mean, I'm not saying it's better than the Corojo Reserva. It's different and it's stronger than the Corojo Reserva. So give it a shot.
This is coming from somebody in the Illuminati.
There you go. So
Right in the Illuminati.
there you go. Well, guys, this has been another sermon from the Cigar Pulpit. I'm Nick.
I'm Trey Mac.
Everybody stay safe and stay smoky. That's what you were doing in Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Dude.
That was good.
I appreciate you as always.
That sounded very Canadian.
I didn't apologize.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Oh,
Later, guy. Later, guys. Later.